Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin, and here is another Off the Chain. So, once again, I was sitting thinking, what am I going to really concentrate on, and what do I want to give my message to? And I think I like doing the readings. I like doing the 3-card readings. It keeps my skills nice and sharp. It keeps me connected. It keeps me in that practice of bringing messages from the other side. And I often wonder if anyone, what other people think of people who talk to spirits and open up that side of us. Does it matter? I think it's always going to matter what other people think. I think it's always going to matter what other people feel. I think it's always going to matter how we fit into the world, how we fit in with our other people. That's why I believe most of us in this culture, most of our lives are really overly consumed with the thoughts and opinions and feelings of other people. The bigger framework is we want to fit in, we want to belong, we want to be seen, we want to have our voice, we want to make sure things are all of this. And I've also sort of kind of been pondering a little bit. I started a new book. Some of you might know who Noel Fitzpatrick is. He's a super vet. Being a super vet, this man not only is a veterinary surgeon, came from the rural parts of Ireland, grew up on a farm and fought through all kinds of things to get his DMV, Doctor of Veterinary, DVM accreditation, and then went on to become some kind of bionic surgeon. He worked with like an engineer, some sort of engineer. I don't know exactly what, and I hate to trash. But anyway, the man, through his show on the British television networks, became famous. There's some videos of his work on YouTube. You can probably search it. Noel Fitzpatrick, the super vet. Just look up the super vet. Anyway, this book is about how animals saved his life. I've only just started, but the chapter that caught my eye and got me going is this long, big, deep, chewy chapter on internalization, which then led me to today's topic, which is happiness. And this is a happiness reading. So if we want our outside world to be happy, right? We want to be happy. It's a state of mind, it's a state of feeling, it's an emotion. Happy is an emotion, joy is an emotion. I feel happy, I feel joy, I feel love, I feel all these things. They are emotions. And emotions trigger feelings, and feelings are a vibration. So if we're looking to be happy, if we're looking to have that joy, contentment, that love, that all that stuff, we have to internalize everything that comes from inside out. And for the last almost 2 years I've been concentrating on this whole idea that everything works from the inside out. What we perceive, what we conceive, all of these thoughts, feelings, visualizations come from the inside. But what if you struggle with that? What I love about Abraham Hicks, who comes through Esther Hicks, and the work that she did both on her own and with her late husband Jerry, is that they are able to bring this collection of energy and put it on a level that people understand. And then I got to, well, this is kind of in a way what I'm doing here. I'm wanting to understand it myself and then share what I understood to see if it makes sense to other people. This Noel Fitzpatrick fella talks about how the internalization of what he does and his purpose and saving these animals and wanting to do more for the animals and wanting to do more for the animals seems to be his purpose. But in the same part of internalization that we do to seek these things, to look for this euphoria, to continue being this happy-go-lucky stuff, we're also internalizing all the pain and the scars and the stuff that is being pushed down. And there's this tricky little place that we go to fight or flight, there's a part of the brain, that little grey part of the brain. He called it something, some name, some medical name, that triggers fight or flight. And in that fight or flight place, we're looking for things that make us happy, things that other things, other people, events, blah, 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 blah. What we see we want, the big shiny thing, the baubles at Christmas, the this, the this, the this. We're searching for these happiness triggers outside, not inside. Because something on the inside has got triggered. Something on the inside has got us thinking we probably shouldn't do this. This is probably not a good idea. We start denying ourselves the happiness stuff, like, something's going to happen. It's going to be really good. And you're getting excited. And you're getting this whole excitement going. The goosebumps, the internal churning, right? And then something triggers because maybe you felt this before and it didn't work out. Maybe you had this feeling before and someone told you what this ridiculous and you believed it, whatever. And that same feeling turns to dread and fear. And that dread and that fear becomes crippling, paralytic, all-consuming. And then we decide, oh, maybe I shouldn't. I remember saying to you a week ago, what's today? Friday. So it was a week ago. I got those test results, and I talk about this. I won't talk about it too much. That's where I was shoving the pain down. That's an example of where I was out here happy, happy, joy, joy. Life is good, no worries. When really there was the internalization that a lot of that stuff was like a cat covering up the poop. Doesn't want to go back to the poop because it stinks. And I had this big slap in the face that, I did some things to myself I shouldn't have done, and I tried to fight or flight and do this whole, song and dance thing that everything in the world is great. Realizing that I had done that mess in my own emotional cat box got me to overcome it. I found that term, when you level up, you get to a new level. And this is where this internalization happens. Looking for the happiness thing is a choice. It is understanding that you deserve to have it, one. It's a blessing, two. Why aren't you going after it? Oh, there's the gap. The gap is because it's easier to sit in the lazy boy. It's easier to point fingers and judge. It's easier to be in fear. It's easier to be in complacency. It's easier to be in boredom, and I don't have to deal with it, and those people can be all up over here, and I don't really ever have to talk to anyone ever again. That's the fighting. That's the hiding. That's the pushing down. So I was reading my affirmations and getting to the feel-good stuff first thing in the morning. I woke up early again. You can tell I'm wired for sound. And, I've got fur everywhere, the dogs everywhere, and they have no care in the world but to bring me happiness, no care in the world to bring me joy, to stretch out. And then Ben jumps up on, he's one of my doodles, he jumps up, his tail's wagging, he's all happy to see me. And then Sam comes on over, and he's so sweet and soft, and he puts his head on my chest, and then he settles back down, and he's just like. And then here's Emma Grace and her new fella, Duddles, who he's on the naughty stick. Mr. Dudley has decided that he can climb a 4-foot chain link fence. He puts his front paws on, and he flops up over to his armpits, and then he toddles and toddles and toddles until he gets tall enough to just literally give a little hop and go. I got to fix that. Anyway, he's sprawled out with her. She's sprawled out with him. They haven't got a care in the world. They have not got a care in the world. This is where we all want to get as people. Not a care in the world. So how do you get there? Do you bury the scars of the past and let them go and not deal with them? No. There is a Sanskrit word for that we bring the scars into this world lifetime after lifetime that we deal with. I think it's called samaskara, something like that. And I don't want to bastardize that language. But does that mean we have to relive these things over and over and over? No, not really. we do carry them in until we realize, okay, this is something that is here to be worked on. This is something that many lifetimes we came and we never really worked on it. We went up and went into spirit, and then, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I need to be doing that. The other part I was going to say before I get to the reading is happiness. It is a choice. It really is a choice. You can be happy with something or not happy with something. If you're not happy with something, choose either discard it and find something else. And that doesn't mean to say, well, I got what I wanted, I got what I asked for, I got everything I want, and I'm not really happy. The bigger thing is internalize it, find other things that you are really happy with. For example, you see somebody's face, find something happy in that face. You see something in your house, find something in your house that makes you happy. Find something in your vehicle that makes you happy. You get a green light, you're happy you got a green light, you didn't have to wait. You get an extra bonus, be happy you got the extra bonus. Be happy with each and everything. We live in this world of supply and demand. And that word I love to say but hate to think about, the entitlement. Yes, we are entitled to live a happy, good, prosperous, wonderful, fantastic life. But not at the expense of anyone else. That's on us. Our happiness, our life, our values, our integrity is on us. We cannot lose our integrity, our respect, our kindness, and the values that we have in the pursuit of making ourselves happy at the expense of other people, because that's not respect and that's not integrity. That's just pure selfishness. That's where selfishness gets Now, if somebody else is in their soup of sadness and you are in your on your perch of happy and you're doing the happy, you might be annoying the person who's in the soup of sadness. Your job is not to continue giggling and being happy, like, oh, there, look at those people, sad Sarah over there. No, it is to continue the happy and move on, not to cause somebody else pain. That's on them. But you don't have to stir that pot, passive-aggressive people, and keep that going. No. I think this is making sense. And my spirits are, if they were people sitting in the gallery, they'd be like, okay, move on. By the way, again, thank you everybody for your support, liking, subscribing, keeping these numbers going, and commenting in the YouTube bit is huge. I'm watching these numbers crawling up and up and up. I'm wanting to get to 1,000 by March 1st, subscribers, likers, all this stuff. And we're over 100 and we've got to 110. So we're on the way. And that's been a week since I asked. Let's get, and happy birthday, Granny. She's 103 today in Spirit World. Let's get to the cards. I decided that today I'm going to pull 3 cards like I did yesterday. And we're going to work with Guardian Angel Messages Tarot, which is these. By the lovely Radley Valentine. Let's go up there so you can see it. There you go. For those of you who want to go buy a box, they were created for anybody who wants to easy access messages from the divine, as well as for those who would like to deepen their relationship with their guardian angels. The deck is also designed specifically with especially for highly sensitive people seeking comfort and a safe way to get clear guidance for themselves. The cover art was by Dan Craig. It doesn't say on the cover here who the illustrator was, but I'm assuming if he did the cover art, then he must be the illustrator of the deck. Right, so here we go. Let's go over to this. Blop, blop, blop. Angels, spirit guides, thank you for... There's my magic card, for revealing to all of us what we need to know. I'm willing to listen and receive. Okay, now this is just getting sloppy. I am willing to listen and receive. Bring us a message that will send us on our way. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the top of this deck after I've cut it 3 times. Okay. just stating how you shuffle decks. There's no way around it. There's no way to it or through it. You just shuffle and you go. So 1 and 2 and 3. Now, some tarot readers talk about past, present, future. My teacher, Kyle Gray, talks about Strength Heart Challenge. I think it is really up to the interpretation of people, but there is a flow. There is a flow to everything. What went before, what is now, what we got to work on, always. So, what we know for sure is that we are in a place of transformation. This is a major arcana card in the tarot deck. And the guardian angels are saying realization, life change, and liberation. So liberating yourself from the tower. You see this tower that actually was inspired by Glastonbury. There is a tower, like an old ruined church up in Glastonbury, where all the Roundhead soldiers used to watch for enemy armies coming. Anyway, so this is what we know. This is the heart of the matter. This is the right in the immediate past, the obvious, the conscious, the transformation, the life-changing liberation, the breaking the chains from the old and the embracing the new. Now, what's the present? What's going on right now? The heart of the matter, the meat and the potatoes that are on your plate. Organization, leadership, and structure. In other words, today's the day you make your plan. Today's the day you make your decision. You decide, I'm going to find everything I can possibly find to be happy. I'm going to work on the resolutions that need to be resolved. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to have this consciousness, this internalization, this deciding to sift and sort all the things that are coming up, and know that what's coming up either gets to be saved and savored or discarded and let go of. And then the challenge, based on these two, you're transforming. You've got to organize yourself and keep your leadership structure in place. Remember, you're a light for other people to follow. You're something that's working on yourself. And when you work on yourself and you win, you cause others to look at your example and say, how did you do this? And then you get to help them and show them. And the final thing is awareness, caution, and consequences. So this becomes a 7 of air. Air is the suit of thinking. It is very similar to swords in a regular tarot deck. And you see here an angel, a guardian angel, over a child who's playing with what looks like apples, juggling, what have you. And then the sister is laying on the bench. It doesn't appear that anybody is watching this young child. So this young child seems to be on his own, unaccompanied. So the guardian angel, the 7 of air, is reminding you that you are being watched over with whatever you do. And even when there is time to pause, time to be cautious, time to just sit back and ponder, the angels are with you, encouraging you that it's okay to take a little bit of a break. It's okay for you to weigh up your options. Know that everything you think about, know that everything you plan, know that everything you set forward has to come with some consequences. So the 7 of air is sort of weighing up your options, and the challenge is knowing that perhaps you may have done this before and it didn't work out. Doing it again could work out. So if you've reached a point in your plan where you want to repeat something that perhaps in the past may not have gone right, a relationship or a job or seeking a career move or maybe asking for a raise or maybe moving house or maybe a loan and all those things, look at the consequences of doing these things. What is going to be the outcome, the long-term outcome? How will you feel when you put this plan in action? It's a challenge, because oftentimes we go forth blindly without sort of looking at the consequences. Not so much how people feel, because this is about you, this is a reading for you for today, unless you know that somebody may be indifferent about the plan that you're making or something you want to do, then it's time to share it. Awareness, caution, consequences. So whatever decisions you make as a organization leader with the structure, look at the bigger picture. Look at how this benefits everybody. Let's have a look at our bonus card to see who popped in to guide this today. The Four of Fire. Prosperity, contentment, and celebration. So what I get from this card is foolhardy fun. It's a time for you to celebrate things. There's a rose here that's up in the air that seems rather random. And then there are these four angels on tops of sticks. And this rose looks like a bunch of roses that are falling all over the place. Celebrate the fact that you get to do the things that you're doing. That you get to be here and you get to experience and experiment with life. A 4 is all about the contentment, the security, everything in place, everything ready. I would say this is your foundation. This is your foundation of solid prosperity and contentment, that whatever you plan, whatever you're doing, you've liberated yourself from the struggle, you've liberated yourself from feeling not less than, and now you're ready to move forward. Move forward with the idea that whatever you choose and whatever you're doing has to be for the highest good of everybody. That guarantees it will be for the highest good of you as well, because you're part of everybody. All right, my friends, I hope that has been helpful, beneficial. Keep going, keep liking, subscribing, and doing whatever you need to do, and I'll be back with another reading next time. Bye.